In many ways, Jonna Patton and Tony Frank have a lot in common. They lead people on a path to a better future. Tony presides over a major university that is changing the world.
He believes that education can transform one's life. And you believe that you're right. This place is the place where my life can be transformed, where I will matter.
Jonna works at staying strong in order to change the course of a devastating disease for herself and for others.
It's amazing how much stronger I've gotten. It's like, wow.
She's willing to step in and do whatever it takes to help with the cause of MS or to help other people who are struggling.
Great. Keep it up.
Thanks.
Both Jonna and Tony represent, express, and provide hope. Their stories come together in that one word, separated only by their unique experiences.
A legacy of an American land-grant university, of Colorado's university.
One of the greatest things that comes out of university education is that hope for a better future, which is the basis of the land-grant mission of Colorado State. Tony Frank embodies that.
Colorado State University is a land-grant university, and so for us, our purpose has been set down with great clarity.
Land-grant universities, like Colorado State, go back to the time of Abraham Lincoln. With the stroke of his pen on July 2, 1862, he created a type of university that has at its core the mission of advancing lives through research, outreach, and education. Oh, and by the way, he made it accessible to anyone with the talent and motivation to succeed.
When Tony came to campus, he helped us to bring to life the land-grant mission and the values that come with it.
Tony Frank believes in Lincoln and what his signature on that fateful day in 1862 brought to bear.
The reputation of this university is very high in the state of Colorado, but I believe its reputation nationally and internationally may be even higher.
Tony grew up on a farm in Illinois, the land of Lincoln, where he showed beef cattle at the Lee County Fair and eventually held every office in his local 4-H club.
We both were farm kids. He absorbed that good background, I think, as well or better than I did, and we both believe in the heritage, and Tony lives that land-grant mission every day of his life.
Under Tony's leadership, CSU has achieved record levels of enrollment, research support, and private funding. But his focus is on the fundamentals, ensuring that the university never shies away from its responsibility to provide an excellent education and make a difference.
We're naming the street Amy Van Dyken Way because we are so proud of you. We love you, and welcome home.
Tony has vision, but he also zeroes in on the individual.
On a personal basis, he just made me want to be a better person. I took many classes on leadership, read a tremendous amount of books on leadership as a student at CSU, and nothing taught me more than just observing Tony.
How many students have the opportunity to have a president like him who is so willing to literally sit down with them and engage with them and provide a viewpoint on here's how I want to make your student experience better.
Dr. Tony Frank.
The convocation was last week. These are all new students. They're brand new students to the university. And they mentioned Tony Frank, and he has this ovation.
He's got a focus and a stubbornness, frankly, to make sure that his vision for how the world can be better is put into place and how he's going to give hope to people. And he is not ever going to give up on this. And that's what separates him. That's what makes him different.
I hope you're proud of this university, proud of our heart, our effort, our actions, our ability to achieve and to excel and to hold ourselves accountable.
Whenever I hear him speak, number one, I always learn something. Number two, I'm always motivated to go out and work harder to do a better job. And a lot of times I'll have a little bit of tear in my eye because he touches that part of all of us that cares.
I get inspired every time I hear Tony speak, and he makes the rest of us that have to speak publicly feel bad about our abilities because he is so good at what he does.
We said it was a university with its roots deeply planted here in the West, but its eyes firmly fixed on the horizon of the future.
Above all, the legacy of the land-grant university is one of hope and faith in the future. This is where the story of a humble and strong leader reconnects to the story of a champion.
So the champions have to be the type of person that can set aside their own things and focus on the greater good. That's why they're champions.
When Jonna was affected by MS in 1992, there were no treatments, so hope and faith in the future were all she had.
We didn't have hope. The first medicine came on the market, it was a lottery. So people had high numbers, people had low numbers. And we're not in a third world country, we're in the USA.
She thrives by sharing her optimism and story.
She's taken MS and made it positive and try to help others that are living with MS.
So she gives patients options like we give patients options. And not to give up. That's the main thing, not to give up.
Every 28 days for the past 13 years, Jonna has gone in for an infusion. Believe it or not, she relishes that time. It gives her the opportunity to journal, listen to motivational music, or cook up more ways to do fundraising.
I have multiple sclerosis, and so I'm here just to thank people for coming in. And
Case in point, a month-long MS fundraiser at the Cheyenne IHOP was capped off by a free pancake breakfast.
A gentleman at church found out that I'd done other fundraisers. He's the owner of IHOP, so he brought up being able to do it, and it is so exciting. Like when I go in to check in and pick up money, just to see the excitement. It's just another positive experience. Raising money. Someday we're going to get a cure.
Jonna and her husband Tom did their first MS 150 ride in 2006. Now they do 4 to 5 MS rides a year all around the country to raise money and awareness.
Take off.
Just the hope that I feel when I'm out doing things like Bike MS and seeing that others are raising money, it's like there's a hope for the future.
Jonna suffers from a chronic disease, a disease that's unpredictable and unforgiving.
Now when I go through struggling times, the reason I'm able to get through them, I know that it's making me stronger, and I know that someday I'm going to help somebody else because of what I'm going through.
She's a champion to me through and through. You know, she never gives up, she keeps going, and she's all about just trying to make a difference. You know, life is too short to just kind of give up and sit down and do nothing.
How are you? How are you? Great to see you. It's good to see you.
Today, there are 13 different treatments helping MS patients stay stable.
3, 2, 1, push, 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 hold, relax. Great job.
Research at places like Colorado State continues to make inroads to a greater understanding of this tricky foe.
They want to find out what's happening and how to help us that are living with this crazy disease.
But it's the stories of people like Jonna and Tony and places like CSU that keep us moving forward. Stories of people who refuse to give up. Stories of champions working together to fulfill the promise of tomorrow. Stories of people who fill us with hope.